In this video, we will demonstrate some of the other setup features which are available in the List Bucket software. The setup features which we will demonstrate in this video are how to enter your clients, how to enter your list vendors, how to change the list of SIC and NAICS codes that is in the application, how to enter the products which you will be using lists to market, how to enter promotions, and also how to enter states, countries, and time zones into the application. First, we will demonstrate how to enter your clients into the application. First, select the Clients option under the Setup submenu. This will take you to a list of clients which have been entered into the application so far, and a summary of information for each is displayed. When you define a set of search criteria in List Bucket, which is used to produce a list of email, phone, or address records, you can specify a client for which the list is being produced. Also, when you import a list of phone, email, or address records into List Bucket, and those records were provided by a client of yours, you can specify that those records came from that client so that they can be retrieved later. To enter a new client, click on the New Client button. This will open up a form into which you enter the details for the new client. The client's name goes into the company field. Optionally, you can select the SIC and NAICS codes which apply to the client. You also must enter an identification number for the client. This is a unique number which is used to refer to the client within the application. Click on the Submit button once the client's information has been entered. This will save the client into the application and take you back to the list of clients. You can also edit the information for a client as well. Select the client from the table and then click on the Edit Client button. This will take you to a form at which you can change the information for the client you selected. When you are finished editing the information for the client, click on the Submit button to save your changes and return to the list of clients. Next, we will demonstrate how to enter vendors into the application. Select the Vendors option under the Setup submenu. This will take you to a list of vendors which have been entered into the application so far. Why do you need to enter your vendors here? When you import a list of phone, email, or address records into the application, you specify the vendor from whom the records came so that they can be retrieved later. To enter a new vendor, click on the New Vendor button. This takes you to a form where you enter the information for the new vendor. Here, you only have to enter two pieces of information: the vendor's name and a number which uniquely identifies the vendor. Once you have entered both of these items, click on the Submit button to save the vendor into the application. This will save the new vendor into the application and take you back to the list of vendors. If you need to edit an existing vendor, you can do so by selecting the vendor and then clicking on the Edit Vendor button. This takes you to a form similar to the one at which you enter a new vendor. Here, you can change either the vendor's name or their unique ID number. When you are done making any changes, click on the Submit button to save your changes. Next, we will demonstrate how to edit the list of SIC codes in the application. Select the SIC codes option under the Setup submenu. This will take you to the list of SIC codes that currently exists in the application. If there is an SIC code missing from the list and you want to add it, click on the New SIC button to enter a new SIC code. This will take you to a form where you enter the SIC title and the code. After entering both pieces of information, click on the Submit button to save the new SIC code into the application. You can also edit an existing SIC code. Just select the SIC code you want to edit by clicking on the corresponding radio button and then click on the Edit SIC button. You can change either the title or the code. Click on the Submit button when you are finished. Likewise, you can edit the list of NAICS codes in the application. Select the NAICS codes option under the Setup submenu to access this part of the application. Since, as with SIC codes, each NAICS code consists of a code and a title, the section where you edit the list of NAICS codes works just like the one where you edit the list of SIC codes, so we will not do a full demonstration of this part of the application as we did with the part where you enter the SIC codes. Next, we will show you how to enter your products into the application. Each time you create a search in the application, you will have the option of specifying the product which list produced by the search will be used to market. To go to the section of the application where you enter products, select the Products option under the Setup submenu. This takes you to a page which lists all of the currently entered products and which has a form which you can use to enter new products. In the top part of the screen is the form where you can enter new products, and below that is the list of currently entered products. To enter a new product, fill in the information for the new product into the form, the product code, name, and category, and then click on the Save button. If you want to edit a product, select the radio button corresponding with that product and then click on the Edit button. Edit the details for the product you selected in the form and then click on the Save button. You can also enter promotions into the application. Each time you export a list from the application, you can choose a promotion for which the list is being used. To go to the section of the application where you enter promotions, select the Promotions option under the Setup submenu. This takes you to a page which lists all of the currently entered promotions and which has a form which you can use to enter new promotions. In the top part of the screen is the form where you can enter new promotions, and below that is the list of currently entered promotions. To enter a new promotion, fill in the information for the new promotion into the form, the promotion code, and the name of the promotion and the file name containing the promotion, and then click on the Save button. If you want to edit a promotion, select the radio button corresponding with that promotion, and then click on the Edit button. Edit the details for the promotion you selected in the form, and then click on the Save button. Lastly, we will show you how to enter states and countries into the application. The application, by default, comes with all of the U.S. states and countries in the world in it. However, you can make additions and edits to the list of states and countries if desired. For every record which you import into the application with a state or country, the state and country must exist in the database for the state and country information for the record to be saved. First, select the States option under the Setup submenu. This will take you to a list of states which have been entered into the application so far. To enter a new state, click on the New State button. This takes you to a form where you enter the information for the new state. Here, you must enter the following information for the state: the name of the state, its abbreviation, and the time zone to which it belongs. The reason why you chose the time zone for the state is that when you import records into the application will assign to the record the time zone associated with the state. Later in this video, we will demonstrate how to enter time zones into the application so that they appear as selections here. Once you have entered all of the information for the state, click on the Submit button to save the state into the application. This will save the new state into the application and take you back to the list of states. If you need to edit an existing state, you can do so by selecting the state and then clicking on the Edit State button. This takes you to a form similar to the one at which you enter a new state. Here you can change the name of the state, its abbreviation, or the time zone to which it belongs. When you are done making any changes, click on the Submit button to save your changes. To enter countries, select the Countries option under the Setup submenu. This will take you to a list of countries which have been entered into the application so far. To enter a new country, click on the New Country button. This takes you to a form where you enter the information for the new country. All you have to do here is enter the name of the country and then click on the Submit button. This will save the new country into the application and take you back to the list of countries. You can also change the name for any of the countries in the list. To do this, just select the country whose name you want to change and then click on the Edit Country button. Here you can change the country name, click on the Submit button, and the change to the name will be saved. Lastly, we will demonstrate how to enter time zones into the application. To go to the section of the application where you enter time zones, choose the Time Zones option under the Setup submenu. This will take you to a page which lists all of the time zones which are currently in the application. Recall that when entering the information for a state into the application, you had to select the time zone for the state. The time zones from which you can choose are those which are entered here. To enter a new time zone into the application, click on the New Time Zone button. This opens up a form into which you enter two pieces of information about the time zone: an abbreviation for the time zone and, optionally, a description of it. After you have entered the abbreviation and, optionally, the description, click on the Submit button. This will save the time zone into the application and take you back to the list of time zones. You can also edit an existing time zone. To edit a time zone, select the radio button corresponding with it and then click on the Edit Time Zone button. At this page, you can change either the abbreviation or the description. Click on the Submit button to save your changes.